you are alone out here, or would you say there's a sort of community that you're a part of that you can find?
I'm alone at the moment.
According to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development's annual homelessness assessment report, as of 2017, there are around 554,000 homeless people in the United States on any given night. This is over 500,000 people that are alone, cold, hungry, and desperate.
It's called the K Count, and it's happening 1 week from today. Joining me now to talk about the importance of the effort is Kim Webb with the Emergency Shelter of Northern Kentucky. I want to thank you for being here. And for people who might not know, what does K Count stand for?
Thanks for hosting and having us.
You bet.
K Count actually stands for Kentucky's Count, and it's it's the state's version of the national point in time count that is done. Ours is going to be held January 31st.
Okay, why is it important to count the homeless?
It's important to count the homeless for the agencies that receive federal assistance or federal funds. That data is what determines projects. It determines the federal assistance that comes in to the agencies to help individuals who are experiencing homelessness.
I've been out here this time for 7 months. I signed up for housing back then. You can't really imagine until you're out here in this situation, man. It's the worst possible scenario that you could ever imagine your life to be, really. I just don't feel like my life should have turned out this way, man. I really don't. I don't think any human being deserves to live like an animal. That's how I feel that I live. It's kind of the way you feel all the time out here, man. It's just like society's just kind of just forgotten about you, man. It's like you're nobody.
The homelessness crisis in America is perpetuated by the increasing cost of housing nationwide due to the increase in demand and lack of supply. The increase in population is severely outpacing the production of home units, causing the prices of homes to increase at a rate that exceeds the wage growth. For instance, New York City's population increased by approximately 125,000 people from 2011 to 2015, but only 62,000 new home units were created. New York City experienced a 4% increase in homelessness from 2016 to 2018. Now, there are only 12 counties in the U.S. in which a person making the minimum wage of $7.35 an hour can afford to live in a one-bedroom home. What do you think the biggest challenge has been when trying to find a home?
When you can't work, it's very hard. So that's the main reason, I can't work, make any money, no way of finding anything.
Right. Oftentimes, to cope with their lifestyles, many displaced peoples look to drugs and substance abuse.
I decided that I would take 100 milligrams of Elevil. I was born with what you call mental illness. I didn't want to accept the fact that I had a mental illness because I come from a good family, and I just thought good families don't struggle with stuff like that.
More than 52,000 people have died of a drug overdose in 2015, mostly from heroin or other opioids. Tony DeCopel's in Louisville, Kentucky, where he got a firsthand look at the desperate fight to save lives right now. Tony, good morning.
Good morning. Deaths from opioid overdoses have more than quadrupled since 1999. Some of the most severe devastation has been right here in Kentucky, and paramedics who used to go days without a single overdose are now lucky if they go just a few hours.
How long would you say that you've been homeless?
I've been homeless for 2 years now.
2 years?
About a month and a half.
What would you say was the biggest factor in contributing to your displacement?
I can't work because I have a lot of physical and mental problems, so I haven't been able to work, so that was the biggest part of my homelessness.
Did the government provide you with any help?
No.
Are you currently on any assistance from the government?
No.
Not welfare?
Medical.
Medical? Are you on any unemployment checks?
No.
Though America's welfare system helps many families across the nation, according to the Wall Street Journal, the problem of unemployment is actually being perpetuated by welfare. Instead of giving these people the support they need to get on their feet, it makes it so that people do not find work to make their own money. Do you think it is the government's job to help out with the homelessness situation, or should it be left up to the people themselves?
Well,
Do you think
I
the government
think
should
it
force help?
is left up to the government to be responsible.
Do you think they're doing a good job?
No.
Did you have people around that helped you, or did you manage to get back on your feet on your own?
I think what helped me is when I got caught, got arrested. That's what helped me.
Doing a good job of not showing compassion.
So do you think individual people or the government plays a bigger role in getting the homeless back on their feet?
The community.
does?
Definitely the community.
When they need help, they should help. But if, like me, I need help. But people that can do it themselves, they should do it themselves.
They should have some type of incentives on giving the homeless some type of work that they can do around the streets. Then they can give you a job and barter a place to stay.
Mental illness, unemployment, and substance abuse are some of the leading causes of involuntary displacement, which makes them the hardest to solve. The Constitution speaks of allowing the pursuit of happiness. Well, these people's pursuits have been halted completely. And as a government that is by the people and for the people, it should also be about protecting these people. A job should be open regardless of housing status because these people need to break the cycle somehow. Rehab and health centers should also be available to anyone who should need them. Addiction is a disease, and there are far too many sick people on the streets to help themselves. Today, many individuals like a celebrity, YouTube personnel, a social media influencer, or those who may be a part of a larger group organization, such as Dare to Care or Project Warm, are trying to do their part to slow down the spread of homelessness. More times than not, short-term, quick-fix problems are given, such as giving out food, money, or medicine. But in order to really have an effect, a long-term solution is necessary.